Andrea Savage here in studio. Just saw a clip of Tulsa King. How wild is it for you to be in scenes and working with Sylvester Stallone?
Well, you know me. I come from comedy.
Yeah.
So this has been like a real left turn. Suddenly you have those like out of body moments where I'm sitting in Oklahoma, gazing at Sylvester Stallone with a gun in my waistband going, how did I get here? It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah. I could only imagine. I mean, when he came on, I asked him more about Rocky than Tulsa King, to be very honest with you.
Did you ask him about me?
Can you check the transcript?
Yeah, check the tapes.
Let me go back.
Check the transcript.
It's just going to take a minute.
We've
got time.
No, we did. It was odd. He referred to you as Adrian, though. It was really strange.
Oh, did he put yo in front of it?
He did.
I get what's happening here.
He did. But he referred to me as Burgess, which really threw me.
No.
You know?
Sometimes you have to slap him across the face and snap him out of it.
You know what I mean? It's like it's not 1976 anymore, Sly. But I had to be less aggressive.
Smack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
should, yeah.
But I did ask him about it like a lot. Because
By the way,
this is
he loves
him.
to talk about Rocky.
Why wouldn't he, right?
Why wouldn't he? It's an amazing movie. Although I do think I may have offended him because somebody was wearing a sweatshirt that was referring to the gym from Rocky.
Okay.
I've seen Rocky once. I loved it, but it was a long time ago.
Sure.
And he was like, oh, nice sweatshirt or whatever. And I was like, what's so great about that sweatshirt? And he goes, really? Seriously? And I was like, oh, is this Rocky? I kind of immediately knew. And I was like, oh, sorry. And he was like,
Sorry.
I would not want to be on the business end of Sylvester Stallone looking at me with the words, really?
Nope.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like that'd throw me.
It threw me. Yeah. By the way, the clip that we showed, the scene right after that is the first time I ever met him. We'd never met until we got on set together.
The scene in which you were revolted by how old he is?
No, God, thank God. No, that was like the second date we'd ever worked. And I was like, oh, I'm about to look at him and be like, you're how old? Ew. No, where I walk up to him and I basically proposition him. And be like, hey, you want to go back to your hotel room? And we had never met until that moment. And I was like, what's about to happen? There was a tornado warning in Oklahoma that morning. I was told to get in my bathtub and put a mattress over my head, which I didn't do. And now I'm looking at Sylvester Stallone and having to like proposition. It was just wild.
Well, it's a great show. It really is.
You.
It's obviously to be part of something. We're having Terrence Winter coming in shortly.
He's fantastic.
In the Taylor Sheridan oeuvre. I mean, that's what you want to be. You want to be involved in that right now. That's it.
I have to say, I'm really excited. I wanted to do something very different than the show that you also starred in called I'm Sorry.
Yes, which is,
and our show that we started together.
It was our show. I appreciate you including me in that.
Yeah. Well, the classic Rich Eisen.
Careful.
I always forget that we can't.
I know. It's all right.
Isn't there a delay or something?
We'll see. Now there will be in about 5 minutes.
3.
Okay.
Can we name it after me?
Yes, we can.
Can we get a delay and call it the Andrea Savage
delay?
6-second delay?
Yes, that fantastic.
The effing Rich Eisen.
That's right.
Effing Rich Eisen.
There you go.
Which I hope you still get.
By the way, I do. Andrea Savage here on the Rich Eisen Show. Yes, I do. I'm Sorry. The show, was that 3 seasons it was on? Or?
Well, we were in the middle of shooting the 3rd season when COVID hit. And then we got caught in a merger, blah, blah, blah. But it's still on HBO Max.
It's a delightful show. Even though, in the same way Curb Your Enthusiasm is a delightful show.
It's a similar.
Okay, yes. And me being on it, and handing out as a gift at children's birthday parties a goldfish. And you then referred to me with that curse word the rest of the episode.
Everybody does. Because they all died. I still
get. Well, this is the funny thing too. For those, it's a goldfish, Chris. I mean, they all died.
Terrible party favor for children.
And this is one of the things I loved about your show is that it would be a problem for a parent, for a little kid to get as a party favor something that dies and presents that did happen.
That's what it was based on. Oh yeah, no. When my daughter was, it happened in preschool.
Yes.
She was 5. They all got goldfish. They all died, and now we were all stuck explaining death to 5-year-olds because of this godforsaken party favor.
Would you rather them learn about death in preschool?
Yes.
Okay.
You should not.
That answer back.
Like your son is about to be 3.
He's going to be 3.
He doesn't have these questions yet.
Oh, no.
No, of course not. Would you like it to be front loaded to you and Sarah earlier than you would ever want to because you took him to a birthday party?
To a birthday party?
And they're like, here's this gift that will present to you a conversation you will have to have with your children about death and something that they will be attached to.
Yeah.
You will flush down the toilet. Yes or no?
No,
Okay,
because
correct.
I'll probably just like get a new goldfish so he thinks it lives forever.
Oh, well, that's good. That's a great way to get through life. What are you going to do when their dog dies and then their grandma dies? Just keep getting new ones?
Yes. Look, actors need work.
Oh my gosh. What an answer. But I still get people, tweeting at me curse words because they see your show all the time. And
that makes me happy that people are still swearing at you.
I don't know if I ever told you this. I think I did. Is that when you invited me to come on the program, I'm like, I'm all in. And then you send the script to me, and I look through it to see how many scenes I have. I have just one, and I'm a little bit disappointed that it's only one because I wanted to be in it more. Yeah. And then I see, however, that my name lives on in the most profane manner throughout the rest of the script, and I just nodded my head. I'm like, okay, I get it. This is great.
This feels right.
It did feel right.
You were so great in it.
It was
and
so much fun.
I loved it. It was super fun.
And then had there been another season, I forwarded you an idea that I thought would have been great.
Yeah.
That was born out of an experience at the school that
That's
our
right.
kids went to school together.
That's right.
Did I tell you this, Chris? Tell me how great of an idea this would be. Okay, so our kids were in a school play together, and we were attending the school play together, and we're in the audience. And the teacher who's in charge of the school play asks all the parents of the kids in the play who are integral in helping the play work and make sure behind the scenes and volunteering. Please stand up so we can all give a round of applause. I thought to myself, what if I, who had nothing to do with it, stood up just to take a victory lap I did not deserve and put the other parents who did have the reason to stand up and wave in the position of having to call me out on it.
Yeah.
And I would be the goldfish guy again, and you would have to call me out, and you would be outraged sitting there that I'm standing waving.
By the way, my character would not have been outraged. My character would have loved it and been like, this is genius. Everyone else would have been outraged. I would have been like, of course.
Pretty good.
Why wouldn't you stand up and take you've done other good things, right?
A victory lap.
A little
that
victory
had
lap.
Nothing to do with it. I almost did it, by the way. I almost
But you
stood up.
didn't.
I didn't.
I'm stealing that.
Because Susie would have killed me, I think.
Susie would have murdered you. That is true.
Andrea Savage here on the Rich Eisen Show. Do you have anything in the sports world that interests you in any way, shape, or form?
I'm a baseball fan, but it is not this time of year.
Okay.
I'm lightly following
The World Cup?
the World Cup.
Okay.
Mostly because there are a lot of countries I'd like to travel. I did just hear that Spain lost.
They did.
And I lived in Spain.
Oh, my
Spain
gosh.
is like a special place in my heart, so I was not happy about that.
So a little bit of you you felt slightly nationalistic when they lost?
A little, un poquito parte.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a big deal, guys.
Look
I
at
speak
you.
Spanish.
What is? I don't even know what you said.
A little part.
A little
Poquito
part.
parte.
A little part.
Yeah. No, I did. I lived in Seville. I lived in Sevilla.
Really?
And I love Spain. And I was sad, but I also had a great trip to Morocco, so I was torn.
Okay.
No, I really, my
Great trip,
loyalty.
brief
great
living
trip,
experience.
brief living. No. I sort of look at it and go, which countries have I visited and which
Okay.
ones did I like and which ones are still in? And a lot of great countries
That
for
you have-
traveling,
Oh,
tut, are
really?
still in.
Okay.
But I
Very
know
good.
nothing really about soccer.
By the way, neither do we.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Neither do we. Put up a picture of Ronaldo. Put up a picture.
Oh.
Does he do his eyebrows? What do you think? Yes or no? First blush.
Do them?
Yeah. Does he have
Have
it?
them done.
I feel like they're lightly shaped, but I feel like there's definitely much more aggressive options that could be out there. That doesn't shock me in some sort of,
No
whoa.
kidding. I thought this guy
No, because I
definitely
feel
had
like if he was really grooming them, there's too much going on the under part. There's some plucking that needs to happen there.
Really? Okay.
I mean, he's an attractive man. It's not.
Jeez. I mean,
Portugal just went up 2-0.
oh, there you go. Without him.
Oh,
How
wow.
about that? That's got to be pretty disappointing. Okay.
I've been to Portugal. Not a big deal.
There we go. This World Cup update brought to you by Tulsa King. It drops weekly, Sundays exclusively on Paramount Plus, right here on the Rich Eisen Show with Andrea Savage. So
Terry's coming?
He's coming.
Terrence Winter?
What do I need to know? What do you think?
He's a monster.
Oh.
Like, honestly. No, he's lovely. He's fantastic. He is great. He's honestly the heartbeat behind this show.
Okay.
And he's who I actually knew, and he's the person who thought of me for this role.
Okay.
And brought me onto the show. He and I hung out in Oklahoma. We went to the Pigeon Museum together.
The what?
The American Pigeon Museum, which is located in Oklahoma City.
Okay, so now,
All right.
Yeah.
being from New York,
I know what you're thinking.
no, I mean, I've seen pigeons.
You haven't seen pigeons like these.
Never looked at one and thought to myself, they should make a museum for these things.
Well, you know what, Thelma?
They're like flying rats, aren't they flying rats?
That's what you think. You don't know. That's the crap pigeons. There is a beautiful other species of pigeons that are gorgeous.
There's a pigeon caste system? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, there's honing pigeons, there's racing pigeons, and beautiful plumage in some of these pigeons.
What the hell's happened to you?
I've become a pigeon fancier. That's what they're called. They're called fanciers.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. And Terry and I went, and they're people who love their pigeons in a deep, profound way, and they race them and they love them. And we went and we learned all about them, and we had a great time.
So you know when you go on Google and you look up something and it says people also ask.
Yes.
Okay, right? So I'm on the Pigeon Museum.
The one in Oklahoma City.
Google page, the one in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
It's closed right now. It opens at 1 o'clock
Oh,
on
good.
Friday.
By the way, it's only open for about 6 hours a week, and you have to really hit it. They make
You
it hard
really
to
have
get
to.
in.
Are they serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
it doesn't
kidding.
open until Friday.
Yeah,
Okay, so
there you go.
the
What?
first option.
So they're having trouble staffing the Pigeon Museum?
Unclear.
Unclear what the issue
first
is.
option on the people also ask, what is the highest price paid for a pigeon? Any guesses? You want to go around the horn here?
To buy a pigeon.
The highest
You
price
could just go to Washington
anyone
Square in New
has
York City.
ever paid for a pigeon.
$30,000.
Oh, geez.
$45K.
The world's most expensive pigeon is a Belgian racing bird worth $1.8 million.
There is a Hall of Fame. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. Of pigeon racers and their pigeons. It is on display at this museum.
So is there a conversation about pigeons on steroids that should be in the Hall of Fame that are not in the Hall of
Probably.
Fame? Something
You
like that?
think people aren't doing some weird, shady stuff
Hall
when
of
they're
Pigeons
racing
very
these
good.
pigeons? It is a hot ticket, and people are serious about it.
I feel like there should be like a Mike Tyson wing or something.
Did you
like
know
that?
that
Didn't you?
Absolutely.
pigeons, when they're flying, their heart rates are at 600 beats per minute?
And here I was going to ask you how you prepared for your role as an ATF agent, and you're.
I went to a pigeon museum. That's how I prepared. Yeah.
So should I ask Terrence Winter about the Pigeon Museum?
You should, because we had a lovely day. He will be thrilled to talk about the Pigeon Museum. He was a little skeptical when I brought it up to him, and he agreed to go,
Yes.
and we had a lovely time.
Fantastic.
You're
Okay.
welcome. I just set you up
You
with
certainly
Terrence
did.
Winter.
You certainly did.
Now I'm in the people also ask wormhole here.
Has your daughter seen Step Brothers yet?
No.
At what age will she see Step Brothers?
I don't know. You know what's interesting? She
Because
is...
Xander started to watch it the other day, and I
Oh,
watched
boy.
the first 40 minutes with him, and each passing minute got that much more uncomfortable for
Yeah.
me. Like, because I forgot how profane and wrong that movie
You know what?
is.
I've only seen the movie once. I saw it at the premiere, and that's all.
That's it?
I know. So I actually don't remember everything. I know. And people quoted at me all the time, and
Yes.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. And people do my own lines at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, sorry, you're in Step Brothers, right? And I'm like, And they're like, that was actually a lot. Oh, anyway. And it's awkward, and I should watch it.
Well, no, I mean that's you do remember how profane and terribly
Vaguely.
wrong.
Well,
it's
not really. My whole life is slightly profane and wrong, so it all bleeds in together. You know, Rich.
Oh my
You know me.
gosh! Don't touch the drum set. That's all.
Oh, right.
You remember that one?
I do remember that.
Okay, remember that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
Oh my!
I
gosh.
remember the Catalina wine mixer.
What,
you know.
What do you remember about being on the set of that, though? What do
I
you got for me?
remember just Will and I sitting on set during, it was a therapy soundstage, set. And we just improvised for hours.
Really?
Hours. I mean, we just went on and on and on. And then, you see it and you're like, oh, there's like 2 little quick things. But it was just so fun. It was all a bunch of friends. And it was just one of those, like, for a comedian person, like, dream set.
When will you show it to your daughter? She's 14.
You know what? I
She's
think
the same age
it's
as my
not
son.
that I have an issue showing it to her. She has no interest in seeing stuff I do.
Really?
Yeah, like that kind of thing. She doesn't like seeing me on camera. It weirds her out. She's like, I don't like seeing you being you, but not really you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Take her to the Pigeon Museum and just cut it by half right there.
By the way, that's where we're spending Christmas.
That's amazing. Season 2 of Tulsa King is already been cleared because
Yes.
when you see Tulsa King, you know it is a hit show. Sundays exclusively on Paramount Plus is when new episodes drop, as they say. Andrea Savage, thank you for coming here.
Thank you. It's so nice to see you guys.
Always to have you here, and thank you for helping us break down soccer in a very appropriate way.
You're welcome.
That's the way we roll here. Because, all we talk about is stuff like eyebrows getting done.
Yep.
And for Chris and I don't understand how the hairstyles, the pomade, whatever
Yeah.
they put in their hair, they're running around for 90 minutes. The part is perfect in minute 90 as it was in minute.
It's a thick pomade.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like a wax.
World Cup pomade, everybody. Oh, and there's
there he is.
he's live right now. Those eyebrows are not done. You're saying those are not
I
done.
think maybe they're lightly done, but not. Let's be honest. We've seen some eyebrows done in our lives.
Okay.
Those are not
All right.
upsetting.
That's by the way, that's an upset. That's more of an upset than I
That's
think
more of an
Spain-
upset than
that's-
Morocco, Spain.
That's exactly right. Morocco beating Spain is less of an upset than you confirming in your mind that Ronaldo did not get his eyebrows done
I
for
think
the World
he's
Cup.
naturally born that way.
Paramount Plus, Tulsa King. Check it out. Twitter and Instagram at Andrea Savage here on the show. Anytime, come back.
Thank you.
You bet. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.